Also, we want to talk about Hunter Biden's business associate because Eric Sherwin right now is testifying behind closed doors for the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees. Sherwin reportedly had access to all the bank accounts and is being touted as the architect of the Biden family shell company. He was subpoenaed last year by House Oversight for a deposition. It is now happening, and we are pleased to bring in now Florida Congressman Byron Donalds, who is a member of House Oversight, joins us on the program today. Congressman, always a pleasure to have you, sir.
It's good to be back with you. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So Sherwin today, we know James Biden's going to be coming in. We know you had a lot of folks last week as well. Tell me about Sherwin particularly, though, because there's also these pseudonym emails where he reportedly was copied with the president and Hunter only. And that's a big red flag.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head earlier in your lead up. Eric Schwerin is somebody with key knowledge of this entire corrupt enterprise that surrounds Joe Biden. And so his understanding of how the money flowed, his understanding of where the money came from, and his understanding of Joe Biden's level of involvement and knowledge really are going to begin to help us finish our investigation, get those final key questions answered so we can move forward.
Do you feel like time is on your side, though? Obviously, we just saw President Biden making some campaign trips here. Some say the clock is somewhat running out, and you guys were stonewalled for months on a lot of the Treasury documents that before Joe Biden took president, Congress had full disclosure and full ability to get, but he changed the law day one there.
Well, time is an issue, but, like the point I've been making to my colleagues who have some concerns is that Congress has a responsibility to hold the executive branch accountable, regardless of what part of the year you're dealing with. And if we ignore bribery, if we ignore high crimes and misdemeanors because we're concerned about political reelection, then we're not doing our job as members of Congress. And I would actually caution and question my members to examine why are they here and why would they continue to serve. We have a responsibility to hold this administration accountable, and we need to do that. And if our investigation finishes with the information that Joe Biden allowed his son to be an unregistered foreign agent so he can make money off of his political office, then he needs to be held accountable, even if that means impeachment.
Yes. Well, we know you're following it. We know these transcribed interviews, the readouts there. So full transparency. Congressman Donalds, before we let you go, what's your reaction to Cori Bush of Missouri? The DOJ has a criminal probe. The House Sergeant of Arms say she may be misspending federal security money. Defund the police, not security for her, though. What's your reaction to that?
Well, my first reaction is, how come, you got security money? And look, I want every member of Congress to be safe. Let me first say that. But you're spending security money. I don't have security money. I'm not spending it. I know a lot of my colleagues don't, male or female. That's number one. Number two, again, like you said, the rules are good for everybody else, but not for her. She wants to be protected at all time, but she's leaving so many of her fellow citizens basically at the lurch of criminals where there's no police around. Third part is, they're quick to try to defame President Trump on so many of these trumped up charges. Meanwhile, mishandling of funds to the point where the Department of Justice is having to investigate a Democrat official.
We are going to see where that one leads, and looking forward for the follow-up for Eric Sherwin's transcribed interview today. Congressman Byron Donalds of Florida, everybody. Thanks so much. Great to have you in today on Newsline.
Thank you.
Take good care.